I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Gotcha, you little sh. With Animal Crossing, there are no real set of rules you have to play by. But some decisions could prove to be more hurtful than others. Some may even ruin the perfect run at the game. So here are my pro tips and tricks to maximize your build count and efficiently upgrade the vast majority of your deserted island. These tips and tricks will help any and all of you noobs get good. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you stay up to date with my game reviews, guides, and first impressions. It only takes a few seconds and goes a long way to help out my channel. But without further ado, let's get into the meat and potatoes! The museum is needed for the completionist run, as the player needs to donate one of every fish, bug, fossil, and painting. Luckily, trapped on an island with a bunch of ravenous animals with nothing more to do than fishing and catching bugs, during day 1, Tom Nook will take 5 different creatures, send them to Blathers the owl, and on the 5th creature he will get a call and tell you to set up a spot for Blathers to have his tent. I recommend a location close to where the town center will be. This will later be the location of the museum. You should set aside an additional 15 other creatures and or fossils while selling any dupes. As if done correctly, Blathers will appear on day 2 and request 15 more specimens before he could build his museum. As a side note, I tend to stop by the museum after every venture to see if anything I have can be donated. You don't want to sell a fish only to never have it be refished later. Kind of like Karen's father when he went out to buy smokes. One of these days, he might be back. Maybe he got talked into going to a deserted island by a talking raccoon. Use your tools till it breaks, and build your own tools. This tip goes hand in hand as using your tools till they break and building new ones will grant you nuke miles. It's probably one of the easier methods. The other methods require gathering resources, i.e. from rocks, trees, gathering fishies and buggies, and at least one of each. Though probably the 2 easiest methods is selling weeds and planting flowers and trees. I tend to plant at least 10 flowers daily and 3 trees daily. This is a slower building, but it does make it possible for new flowers to grow on their own. Like hybrid flowers, from blacks to pinks and all sorts of interesting things. Pressing A repeatedly to speed up crafting. This is especially handy when you're doing a lot of do-it-yourself items in a row. This will speed up production and generally save you time. Just a couple quick taps on the A button, you know, the button located on the controller. This also works with the B button, also located on the controller, for running and speeding up text speed. A. Ooh, I meant B! God dang it! While fishing, it's often easier to close your eyes. The plunk sound is rather distinctive. Watching the bobble will cause you to anticipate the catch, and often you'll pull in too soon. Also, should be noted that the fishies only nibble a maximum of 4 times before it will bite. So as soon as you're sure the fish sees the bobble, close your eyes and relax. 1 fishy, 2 fishy, red fishy, I caught you. This next tip is something I know I am guilty of, and it's not shaking trees with a net in hand. If you shake the tree and a wasp nest falls out, your character will automatically face the wasps. If you happen to have a net and press A, again located on the controller, you will catch the wasps without getting stung. These things are everywhere. Speaking of bugs, if you're wanting to catch the scorpion or the tarantula, hold a net and hold the A button. You will start to sneak. When the bug starts shaking its legs, freeze and wait for it to stop. Then sneak closer. Rinse and repeat until you are close enough. You could just release the A button and voila! You caught the nasty little bug without getting poisoned or bitten. On a small note, here where I live, these guys appear in suckers, and they are pretty tasty. It must be all the venom and rabies, mostly venom. Whilst harvesting wood on your island, use a stone axe. You can get all 3 pieces of wood without cutting down the tree. If you decide to cut down the tree, leave the stump for a bit. Sometimes beetles will spawn on the stump and give you a nice new friend to add to your collection. In order to get some of the more rarer bugs, try leaving out turnips and other trash outside. This will attract flies, ants, and some other bugs you don't normally get to see. While on other uninhabited islands, yeah, just become an eco-terrorist. You're never going to come back, so it's okay. It's not like your actions will completely destroy the natural ecosystem the island has. Also should note that if you shake trees, there's furniture in at least one of them. There's also a wasp nest, so shake the tree with a net. Once per day, there will be a golden light coming out of the ground. If you dig it up, there will be 1,000 bells hidden inside. If you replant those bells, a tree will sprout. After about 6 days, you can harvest from it more bells. Then, every few days, even more bells will sprout. If you plant 10,000 bells, you can maximize the amount of return. There is interest earned for your bells in your savings. After the third upgrade to your house, probably sooner, start saving at least 10 to 20,000 bells daily. There is a terraforming tool that later on will help you get your island perfect, and you'll need bells to move things around and make additional changes, like reshaping the water, adding pathways, adding benches, moving cliffs. And for my last helpful tip, while navigating the achievements, you could press down on the right joystick, also located on the controller, to go instantly to the nearest completed achievement to collect your Nook Miles. Doing so will save you time. You don't have to try to figure out what you had just achieved, and you will get right back on your way. There is so much to do in Animal Crossing New Horizons that every day can be a new adventure. The most important thing to remember is that you develop your own routine and enjoy the game as you go. Time travel has been an exploited glitch since the early days of the GameCube, but be cautioned as this could lead to disastrous results. From your island getting overran with weeds to villagers that you may move away. Well, what do you think of my tips and tricks? Is there anything that you use that I haven't mentioned? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe and have a good night. Bye-bye!